What's up, everybody? Just hop on to do a little Q&A. You guys can feel free to ask me questions in the comments. What's up? Tell Evie hello. Miss you guys. Hope you guys have a good Christmas and stuff. I assume you're going to Mom's. Good afternoon. Feel free to ask me questions. Tyler, what up? I'm doing alright. I'm just dealing with some BS injuries and things like that, and coming off of a extended off period, so just thought I would do a little more work and shit like that. Sam, I'll probably take like a year and a half off before my next show. That's my guess. I think that's probably smart for me. Side enhancement, to be honest, everyone does it. Not everybody, but I'm more exaggerating. But it's true that a lot of people do, especially in the wellness, bikini, and open bodybuilding realm. People are using it, man. It is what it is. And I don't, the whole thing is vanity, the whole thing. I mean, fake tits are allowed, fake asses are allowed even. Like, I've seen wellness women win shows with fake butts at this point. So if it's done well and you want to put it in there, like everybody in the 90s did it. That's what Charles Glass was known for. Like, people would go to Gold's and they would get shot up in the bathroom. And it was part of their physique. That's why they're like bubbly with biceps and shit like that. How to deal with gluteal? Any injury really is just about how much stimulus can you apply with minimal pain, and slowly working through that until the injury no longer persists. But I mean, you could try some more more methods of like seeing sports PT, and if they suggest, I don't know. I know friends that do dry needling and they swear by it. I know friends that do other stuff, but I think all those mechanisms are just proprioceptive feedback mechanisms, and they don't do much if you're not going and training afterwards. So maybe applying some of that shit and going to train after. What drugs am I on? At the moment, like a little bit of testosterone replacement therapy. I shouldn't call it that. It's more like sports HRT. So that is what I'm on at the moment. My physique is stalled on RP methods. I do not. Feel free to go look at it. Dude, I've been doing the training the way I've been doing my training since I was natural. What kind of fucking question is that? I guess I put on 0 pounds of muscle since I was 21. Yeah, that's a hilarious question. And it's not RP methods. It's not a fucking thing. I'm a sports physiologist, sports scientist. I apply sports science to my training and my clients' training, and I have successfully put on pounds and pounds of tissue on thousands of athletes. So, you tell me. Yeah, let's hear your crazy theory. Or not, actually, it's actually a hypothesis. It's not a theory. So. Yeah, 300-ish. Yeah. I'm about, so like, sports HRT for athletes is anywhere from like 3 to 5 milligram per kilogram. So if somebody's like 200, or if somebody's 100 kg, it's anywhere from that 3 to 5 range. I'm on like 4 because I'm currently recovering, and I pulled everything out for like a month and a half during a procedure, and I feel like I lost some tissue and did not recover properly. So it definitely fucked me up. Emmanuel, I appreciate you, my man. If I raise volume, how much do I dial proximity to failure? I don't. My average of proximity to failure is probably 2 in the tank. I started around 4, 3 in the tank, maybe more like 3. I push a little closer to failure than a lot of these other science-based people, or what I like to call evidence-based practitioners, because that's what it actually was. I move through a range, so I move my volumes up. And as your volume's moving up, you should likely be reaching a closer proximity to failure. If you're going up, like let's say week 1 is 4 in the tank. Well, if you want to go up in any meaningful metric, you either got to go up in load, in sets, or in reps, right? So if I'm going up in load and reps, then you kind of have to go closer to failure. If I got 10 reps with 4 in the tank in week 1, and I got to do 11 reps at the same weight, you're going to 3 to failure, 2 to failure, 1 to failure, 0 in the tank. And from there, I modulate fatigue via deloads and things like that. I go up. I actually think that there's a lot of great evidence in sports physiology that functionally overreaching is really good. I think that this likely applies to muscle as well. I've thought that for a very long time. Yeah. Somebody said I look like Tom Hardy. That's funny. Yes, caloric surplus or maintenance while healing an injury. Lots of protein. I would actually replace a lot of the nutrients with protein. So if you're doing a hypercaloric diet and you get injured, like let's say you have a lot of carbs, you could probably bring those carbs down and replace with some protein. More protein might help with recovery a little bit better from the data. Dr. Mike's lover. Yeah. Me and Mike have sexual intercourse all the time. That's what we are. We're lovers. I don't know if reaching failure. 129 Jazza. So go watch I posted something about the volume intensity, proximity to failure, what we call relative effort relationship, and how that kind of goes hand in hand. Go watch that. It's on Hani Rambot's podcast. It's a 2.5-hour podcast. I think everybody on here should go watch that, to be honest. I kind of popped off a little bit about the whole science-based bullshit. E2 levels, issues are still, yeah, exactly. You don't want them low. So that's why I'm on like a sports HRT. Plantar fasciitis, same thing I said with the other injury. Like you just got to find ways kind of to work around it. Working a lot of like slowly working back into knees over toes type of exercises. You could even just Google like or YouTube how to work around plantar fasciitis, and then come up with some. Obviously, you'll be able to tell, when you look at the variations, what variations are easier. So do the easier variations, and as pain starts to dissipate, you can go into harder and harder variations. But I wouldn't do anything fucking crazy or call out right away. Pork tenderloin. I don't know what that means. The podcast, at least it was with Hani Rambod. If you just type in Hani Rambod, Jared Feather, it's the one where I'm like biting a fucking D handle or whatever. Ribcage expansion, compression, postural restoration institute. I don't know. I don't watch them. Ribcage expansion and compression as a warm up during training. What is it? Yeah, I was in RP videos. They just put Mike's face all over the thumbnails because the thumbnail people leaned that direction, which might have not been a great idea for the last few weeks with everything going Dirty bulk to 215 till the last August of 2024. Started a slow 1 year cut. That's a long cut, but the cut started when I started watching my content. Oh, that's great, man. That's really great. Did you take long maintenance periods? If you took like, maybe like take 10% of your body weight off and do a half the length of the diet maintenance period, you know. I should put your face instead of video. Yeah, the video content's getting a little. They think they know what fucks. I don't think they understand the algorithm as well as they think. But I love them all. We we could agree to disagree and shit. No, I will not be coming to Bowling Green at all. Probably ever. If I'm being quite honest, I'll just fly my family out here if I ever want to see them. Yeah, I prefer the workout content too. I think that's it's where we blew up, and I think it's something that we need to. I need to But Canada. I don't know if I ever go to Canada. Yeah, I'll come. Pain around the inside of my elbow. No, just outside of my elbow. I get some lateral epicondylitis sometimes, and I'm dealing with it actually right now. But that's because I jumped into training volumes way too soon after taking like a 6 week completely off period. Abby Montgomery, Jesus loves you too. If he's out there. Jared, 100 pound of feather or 100 pound of protein powder. What weighs more? Well, they weigh the same. But I'll take 100 pounds of protein if you want to give them my way. Only doing isolation exercises that I can fatigue is obnoxious as fuck. There's no science behind it at all. Go watch my podcast with Hani Rambod again. Yeah, I think I kind of debunked a lot of that stuff. Bodybuilding plans for 2026 are hopefully be able to just train. I just want to be able to fucking train. I'm like dealing with all kinds of shit right now. Every time I go to the gym, it's something new. I tweaked my knee in my prep getting off of a machine, and I'm pretty sure I slightly tore my meniscus. And then I take the last month of training off of my legs during contest prep because my legs are bigger than my upper body. So from there, it was about 2 months of no training legs. Hop back on for like a week. Then I had a procedure. Then from there, I didn't train them for another 6 weeks. And then when I started to train them, my knee still was fucked up. So I haven't been able to train. And it really fucking sucks. Machine fly before an incline press isn't a terrible idea if you're very strong. It'll help you with a better connection for your chest as well. Greetings as well from the United States. I appreciate that. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. My wrist ever bothered me? No. But I could see how a supinated grip would hurt you with underhand pull downs. I could see how that could get kind of annoying and daunting. It's pulling on you in this direction. So, yeah, if that is the case, just put in a new variation, man. Put in a new variation and work around it. Hell yeah. Never lose your nerd. That's funny. I like that. I like that handle. Go fuck up your chest and triceps in a good way, not in the way that I did, where I strained my pec. Again, popped into too much volume too soon, like a dipshit. Sure, yeah, weighted calisthenics. Why not? I do push-ups and pull-ups and shit like that. Yeah. Arnold, yes, Joe. I'll be at the Arnold. Me and Mike will probably both be at the Arnold. It'll definitely be a fun time. Be a fun little time out there. I got time for 1 or 2 more questions, guys. And then I gotta hop onto a financial advising meeting. Yeah, they were great videos. And I mean, honestly, they are representative of everyday training. You just scale it back by like a couple of reps. Through a full range of motion, Mayor. Everything, anything that you've injured, just BLVD dreams. What a troll account! You're the man. I bet you have a lot of friends in real life. Yeah. So, training through a full range of motion, and any kind of injury you ever deal with, get to the point where you can train with full range of motion first, and then start to train that muscle through its full range, and just try to stay in those deeper ranges for quite some time. Like, you know, give them a good 1-2 seconds down there, and then you can go back up. I box all my life. I sure do. Yeah, you're the man. Fucking hell. Oh, people who get in here and talk shit. Hey, you should come see me at the Arnold, guy. I'd love that. I actually did Muay Thai for 6 years too. We can find a gym. I'll sign the waiver. Send me pictures. 5'2", 177, 37. I want to build muscle, but I'm struggling just to lose about 10 more pounds of fat, even though I'm in a calorie deficit. Start hypertrophy. You should be doing hypertrophy training in a deficit as well. But you're probably asking, like, should I start a growth phase? You can take a maintenance period. So depending on how long you've been cutting, I don't know if you've been cutting for a long time, but maintenance periods help oftentimes to resensitize you for the cutting process. However long you did your cut, take about half of that, go into a maintenance diet, and then you can go back into a deficit, and you'll be good to go. Mika 89, yeah, 100%. They get lonely, or they just hate themselves and they try to talk shit to people. It's pretty funny. Yes, absolutely. Jack James, only gotta have positivity, my man. Gotta have it. That's why I don't even, like, I'll restrict these idiots like this BLV guy, and then they can yell into the ether and nobody sees their comments, and it's pretty funny. Right, Mayor? Dude, people are wild. Massing meals gained only 7 kilograms. 7 kgs in the past year is great, dude. That's great. Doing it too fast isn't great anyway. I do a lot of intra shakes. I'll do post-workout shakes. So if you can put carbohydrates and proteins into your workouts window in a liquid form, that's going to help you get a lot of calories in. So try that out and see if you like it. Pod I did came up from another. Yeah. No, all good. I appreciate it. You big dick. That's you're ridiculous. You protract, or keep scapula neutral. I always retract and depress my scapula, and I use the pec muscles to actually perform the movement. All right, guys, I gotta get off here. I'll do these more often. This is my office, my new office. I'm gonna be working in here and shit, and it's pretty nice. I like it. So I'll do these more often when I'm in here working. Have a great day, y'all. Have a great day. And I'm gonna get the frick off here.